The amount of NFT projects in the Cardano ecosystem has been growing at an exponential rate. But today, let's take a look at one of the most functional NFT projects out there, BookToken. Welcome back to Woodland Pools. Today, let's take a closer look at BookToken. We'll start off by looking at the roadmap, where they are today and where they plan to go moving forward, the scope of what the project intends to be. We'll take a look at the team, we'll see what some of the books are that are available right now, and then at the end, we'll even buy and start reading one of these books together. Let's jump in. All right, so we can start off here by coming to booktoken.io. If you want to stay on top of the latest information from the BookToken team, you can subscribe for updates here. Here they have a nice little video overview of what inspired the project and where they hope to go with it. But if we keep scrolling down here, here's really the big thing of what the project is trying to do. They believe that readers should own the ebooks and audiobooks that they buy. That's really the big thing behind the project is, okay, when you buy a book, it's yours, it is in your wallet, and then you can do with it whatever you please. So looking at their different audiences, for readers, you can sell your ebooks and audiobooks back on the open market as soon as you're done with it. And this is the interesting thing here too, we'll look at in a little bit. You can earn book tokens for every page you read. For the authors and publishers, they obviously get revenue from the initial sale, but it's also built in that on the secondary market, when these books are bought and sold, a small percentage of that will also go to the authors and publishers in perpetuity moving forward. So you're incentivized to write and sell your books using BookToken, so you can continue getting paid as your book gets sent around back and forth between different people on these marketplaces. And then of course the whole idea of it being decentralized, no single person can shut it down. If the BookToken project were to completely disappear tomorrow, the books that you bought on their platform still reside in your wallet and they are yours forever. So here's a nice diagram of the whole ecosystem they're trying to build out. Currently the only reader that's available is the one that's on their site, but they're planning on adding readers for both iOS and Android, and they're planning on open sourcing it for other wallets to be able to integrate, and we'll show that in a minute. So I thought this part was interesting. The native book token. In order to obtain book tokens, users must purchase NFT books and then read them. Readers are only rewarded with native book tokens based on how much they read. So I'm really curious to see how this is going to play out. You know, what kind of mechanics they have built in for the reading process and what counts as a read page. Right? Can you just sort of like click all the way through it and it counts as reading the book? Or is there some kind of timeout where you have to sit on each page for about a minute or so? It's a really good idea, but it'll be interesting to see how this actually plays out to make sure that people don't game the system to just get a bunch of book tokens. If anybody wants to dig into that code, the code is available right now. And okay, let's take a look at the roadmap. All right, so the initial bootstrapping and fundraising is complete. We are here right now where the mainnet public launch just happened. The first book that was sold was the Gutenberg Bible. And the cool thing about that book is that aside from having the book itself, the BookToken team has already shown that they plan to do different kinds of interconnections between books for things like whitelists. For example, when they kicked off the sale for Frankenstein, those that had the Gutenberg Bible in their wallets were not only able to buy it for a discount, but they were also able to get access 1 hour earlier than the general public. So it's a really clever move on BookToken's team. We're literally right out the gate, they're showing already the interconnections that can happen between the different books. And you can clearly see here, like for example, if somebody starts publishing a whole series of books, maybe it's an installment that's going to be 3 or 4 books long, where those that have already bought the previous books will have access to be able to get the earliest releases of them. So really cool stuff here in terms of how we can have all these things be interconnected. So next on the roadmap is to launch a lot more books, launch the book utility token. Then from there is a continued building phase, their launch of their read to earn book tokens, adding audiobooks. It looks like they're planning on doing multi-chain as well. And then this section here is the one that I'm really excited about, with a fully decentralized reader and then SDKs for any external reader. So currently, as I mentioned earlier, you can only read your books in their eReader and then in the 2 apps they're planning on launching. But they've already announced that they're planning on working with other projects like Eternal and other wallets so that you can read your ebook directly from inside the wallet of your choice, and therefore having you one more step removed from the reliance on the BookToken team itself. Taking a look at the team, it looks like they have a lot of experience in e-readers and ebooks. Their CEO previously sold an ebook reading platform to a private equity firm. Their chief growth officer has led teams for an ebook reading platform that had over 6 million users. Cool, so from here, let's take a look at the books that are live right now. The first one, as we mentioned, was the Gutenberg Bible. Then Cardano for the Masses was released. Coming up, they're already teasing some new books coming out. Dracula will be coming out on August 16th. This looks sort of like a teaser here that might be Moby Dick coming shortly after that. and they have several more that are already in the queue. And just this week, they had the highly anticipated release of Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Since we have a Gutenberg Bible, we were actually able to pick one of these up in the early release, and it sold out almost immediately after it hit the public launch. So some cool stuff here. Aside from the book itself, you can see that there was different rarities related to like the theme of the book covers, which is pretty cool. So if you got multiple books, you can get sort of that same NFT feel of getting some customization and some uniqueness on each of the books that you got. But one of the things that really impressed me as part of this minting and actually buying this book was how incredibly easy it was to actually purchase the book. BookToken has partnered with the NFT maker team, and I've got to say it completely slipped under my radar how much the NFT maker team has been building out and how much infrastructure they've been building behind the scenes. And just to show how smooth they've made this process for anybody that wants to mint any NFTs, let's go ahead and buy a book here together and check out how smooth and easy this process is. So we're gonna buy Cardano for the Masses by John Green. And we're just gonna click on here with buy with NMKR Pay. All right, so we see here a really clean interface. It's gonna cost 14 ADA. We can choose what different wallet we want to use to buy it, or we can send funds manually. We can even use fiat to do it. And here's some other wallets that they also accept. So our preferred wallet is Eternal Wallet. So let's go ahead and click on that. And let's continue with Eternal. Agree to the terms and conditions and tell them that you are a human. And then we just click on buy now. If you have multiple monitors, make sure to check for this pop-up here. So here's a pop-up from the Eternal wallet saying that here is the 14 ADA that we're going to pay. We're using our Woodland Pools Ledger Nano X. So we're just gonna click sign and confirm on the device. If you're using a software wallet, you would enter your spending password. After you sign, this pop-up is gonna wait till it sees the confirmation on the blockchain. Then once it's made the confirmation that it's received your funds, it says congratulations on your purchase. And now if we come and open up our Eternal wallet, we can come to our transactions. We can see the 14 ADA that we sent and then our token that came back in. And if we go to our account here and go to our tokens list, here we can see our Cardano for the Masses. So there's our book that we just purchased. Here's the metadata around it. Now if we actually come back to BookToken and we click on the eReader app and go to our bookshelf, we can see right here is our Cardano for the Masses, and we can actually start reading it. Here's the cover, table of contents. How easy was that? We didn't have to like copy and paste, send this exact amount to this address and make sure we didn't make any typos anywhere. This NMKR integration is so freaking cool. Very, very well done, guys. That is so smooth. And the integration with BookToken makes this whole process just so nice and easy. But all right, I'm gonna get to reading Cardano for the Masses. Let us know if you've picked up any book tokens and which are your favorites. And if nothing else, we'll see you next week.